Welcome to my channel Soliloquist, and this is a series which I call Flash Fiction. Today's story is Wintry Wisdom in Waltham. Let's continue. Wintry Wisdom in Waltham, Chapter 1. The Pickup and the First Impressions. The rideshare pulls up to the curb of a cozy, white-paneled home with steep, pitch-perfect gables of weathered charcoal shingles, their texture softened by the decades of harsh New England winters and a dusting of fallen maple leaves, as if following a default theme of this Waltham neighborhood. A meticulous front garden hints at a long summer of care, yet a closer look betrayed stray weeds creeping through the grass. Upkeep is a real battle that you sign up for along with the home ownership. The door opens and Dorothy steps into the crisp, biting afternoon air. She is 75 ish, silver hair in a smart, low maintenance cut, a heavy wool overcoat with a thick knitted pullover, sharp pants, practical shoes, and gold rimmed spectacles. Dorothy, good afternoon. Waltham, please. The physical therapy clinic? Driver, warm, genuinely enthusiastic. Good afternoon, ma'am. You got it. Waltham it is. Watch your step. It's a bit icy right by the door there. Beautiful house, by the way. I love the classic New England look. Slightly hinting at himself being a recent resident of this region who is smitten by the old time charm of this place. Dorothy, saddling in, courteous but straightforward. Thank you, dear. It takes a lot of work to keep it that way these days. Chapter 2. The Route and Local History. As the car turns onto the main road, the landscape rolls past. To Dorothy, it is a map of nostalgia, as she's lived her entire life right here. To the driver, it is a living history textbook. He's in love with New England, its culture, its geography, and its hidden stories. He drives about to earn, but the real reason is to serve his interest, that is, to just explore and know this place. Dorothy, breaking the silence. My grandfather helped pave these old town roads. Irish blood built half of Norfolk County. Back then, the family stayed 3 generations under one roof. Now, the old neighborhoods are gone, replaced by glass condos and tech hubs. Driver, adjusting the rearview mirror, eyes lighting up. Wow, really? Your grandfather? I've been trying to read up on the old Irish wards around here, but hearing it firsthand is different. Did he ever talk about the old trades like the old Needham knitwear mills or the Waltham watch factories? Dorothy, surprised but pleased by the genuine interest. Oh, absolutely. My uncle worked the dial room at the watch company. It wasn't just a job, it was the pulse of the town. I actually covered the final days of those old industrial landmarks when I was a reporter for the local newspaper. Driver, no way, you were a reporter here? I bet you saw this entire landscape transform. What was the transition like? Dorothy, sudden, dear, sudden. Like hitting a wall at full speed. Old trades replaced completely by the new ones, and quickly too. The Waltham Watch Company closed down in 1957, though we still hear it ticking in our hearts. Moody Street, anchored by the beloved Grover Cronin department store, that closed down too, transformed into this restaurant row that you see now. Also, personally, one day you're running down leads, and the next you're retired, and the silence is deafening. But the change is the rule, right? Both, as if mutually, but for their disparate reasons, watch the weight of these thoughts sink into the depths of time warp these streets created. Chapter 3. The Reality of Aging. The car stops at a red light. Dorothy looks at her reflection in the glass, her voice turning flatly honest. Dorothy, as if continuing from her lingering sentiment. You hit a certain age and you become invisible. Society looks right through you. Loneliness becomes your shadow, she gushed. And it is expensive to grow old. The medicines cost a fortune. Fewer caregivers mean skyrocketing rates. If you don't have a fortune saved, the system simply forgets you. Driver, quiet for a moment, absorbing her words, tone shifting to deep respect. That that is really heavy, Dorothy. And it's an aspect of society people don't talk about enough. We celebrate the historic buildings, but we forget the people who actually built the culture. Thank you for sharing that with me. It gives me a completely different perspective on how life goes on about in these towns. It feels a bit cold, both the weather and the individualistic way of living here. Dorothy, a bright, defiant flash in her eyes. Well, you are listening, dear. That's more than most people offer. These outings are precious to me. The freedom it feels to be driven around, getting out, enjoying the sun, and observing life. Chapter 4, Finding Community and Arrival. Driver, smiling. Well, I'm incredibly glad to interact with you today. Where are we heading exactly in the plaza? Dorothy, right up front. I made these friends at therapy, a whole club of us with bad knees and stubborn hearts. We refuse to be outcasts together. Driver, laughing warmly, pulling up to the curb. Sounds like the toughest, best club in Waltham. Dorothy, gripping her stuffed handbag, opening the door. It certainly is. Thank you for the ride, dear. Keep the heat up and keep asking questions about this lovely place. Driver, I absolutely will, Dorothy. Wish you the best with therapy and life. She steps onto the pavement, her posture straightens. With her chin held high, Dorothy struts into the building, leaving the driver with a piece of Massachusetts he will never forget and will always cherish. Well, that's it for now. That's the story. Let me know if you liked it or not. I always enjoy your comments, and it encourages me to go further and keep making these videos and content. Thank you, and have a good one.